Hello, my very lovely and great people. Welcome back again to Akins TV channel. It's been a while. I've been busy with so many things. There are things that I've noticed in the journey to migration to Australia that might be hindrances to people getting their desired outcome with assessment, or if they sail through the process of assessment with ease, it made them be a bit tumultuous for them. It may be a bit stressful for them to actually get visa, and they might end up having their visas denied. And these are the things I want you to please pay very close attention to in today's discussion, because I don't want a situation where people will spend so much money to carry out an assessment, get documents to send ahead to their assessing or assessment authorities, and have the hope that things will pan out well, but eventually at the visa stage, when they've paid a very huge amount, maybe possibly for themselves and members of their families, then they will have their visas denied. That will not make me happy, and it will really be very emotionally disruptive to some people. So please pay very close attention to what I'll be mentioning to you, because these are the things that are quite common in our community, being who or what we've been. Now, what I've really noticed that is concerning to me is the fact that some people are working in employment areas where they are paying them, employer is paying your money into your hands. I've worked in such environments before, even with very, very big people that you may not believe that such things should happen in their companies. Like at the end of the month, they will have their secretary to go out into the bank and collect huge amounts of money. Then they will bring you to the place of work and count and label your name on it, and they will call you into a room and hand you over the money, and you will count and say, oh, thank you, and you go home. What if when that person was coming from the bank, some people waylaid them and possibly took the money from them, or even you that they've handed the money over to? Some people come around to say, welcome, bring that. Challenge is, if you are going through this Australian migration procedure, your assessment authority will want to see that that company you said you are working with is paying you. And how will they verify that you have been being paid? Because they are not there when those monies are being handed over to you. The evidence will be from your pay slip and your bank statement, your pension statement, and the taxes that you've been paying. Now, let's assume that your employer has been paying you by hands. It means you will definitely have nothing to show that this is you, this is where you've been working. Because normally your bank statement will show the company's name. Whoever pays in the bank statement will show the person's name, and if it is a company that is paying, the bank statement will show that that company is paying you. If you don't know this, ask your friends that are possibly working with government establishments or some very big establishments that pay directly into the bank. Some employers are paying into your bank, but they are not paying in the name of the company you are working with or the firm you are working with. If you are pushing that for independent skill migration in Australia, independent skill migration, it might not really work, because they want an evidential presentation of where you've been working. So please, if you are thinking this way and you have not been receiving your money into the bank, you may want to ask your employer to be paying your taxes, whether you have a way you'll be remitting it to them, or you may just need to go and pay your taxes. Have a document to show that you've been taxpayer. So that's that about employer. Another thing is, some people who are the evidences of the taxes you've been paying on your company. They will, if you are the one that just sell your goods. Let's say, okay, maybe you own a company where they are making blogs, like construction, a project coordinator or something like that, and you want to access, and you don't have receipts to show that money has been you've been paying out. There is no way that assessor will be able to verify. So your bank statement should be able to show that, oh, you paid out so date, and show the person, the company you paid that money to, or maybe it's a co-employee or one of your apprentices that you paid to, your bank statement should be able to show that, and your receipt should be able to show the same thing that your bank statement is showing that you are paying, or you are making sales, you are selling this, you are selling that. Your documents, your receipts, the vouchers should be able to say that. And whoever you are restocking from, you should be able to have the receipt with which you are restocking your work areas. So please, if you have been working legitimately and your employer has not been paying you into the bank, or they are paying you in their personal name, not the company you are working with's name, then this journey might be a bit really tough for some people. If you are in this shoe, I don't know, maybe you may not just try to consider going through the assessment, but if you don't mind risking it, please, you may want to give it a go. But from my own point of view, it might not really fly. It might pass through assessor and they might call and wink at that and okay, just feel okay, we can make do with whatsoever you have been telling us. But what would your visa officer say? What will your visa officer say? So it's very important that you please ensure that as you are working, the name of the company is the one paying into your account. You are giving out receipts, you actually have the duplicates. So you can still scan all those things and send them ahead to show that these are the things you've been paying out. And you've gone out to make purchases, to restock. There should be vouchers to show that you've made purchases, which you are keeping. Our foreparents kept all those things. So let this not be too difficult for us to do. Then, if the company you are working for or working with, they might be really very good, but if they do not have online presence, it might be tough too. So that is why you see some case officers trying to call to verify this and to verify that. But if they have online presence, they just log the name on and they find the name. Oh, they might be, oh, that's fine, this one is there. They are not telling us lies. But if they do not have online presence, then it becomes a bit difficult too for those case officers. These are the things. So, and they must be registered. If they are not registered, it's another ball game too. Because if they are not registered, it raises questions as to whether they are very good companies that have been accredited by the government of the nation where you say you want to assess from. So the certificate of incorporation is important, because if you put the name of that company and some few other things, the CAC website will bring all those things out. So please, if you have not been doing all these things, it might well worth your efforts to please put in some extra effort into whatsoever paper you want to present to these people when you want to do your assessment and when you are getting yourself ready for visa application. So please don't go and waste so much money if you don't have some documents. Very important. And you must read through the website of the assessing authority you want to assess your documents with. Look through all the documents they request or they are requesting from you to be sure you can lay your hands on as many as possible. Your letter of employment showing the date you start the job, the hours you are working, your roles, which must be very closely related to what ANSCO is saying. You will always find some of those things online if you make effort to stretch yourself further, even on the pages of your assessing authority. So it must be there.